Look, like, how long has it been? 15 billion years? And you haven't even found root?
Well, intelligent beings have only been
Right,
here.
okay, hundreds of thousands of years, right? You've departed. But let me ask you a question, Paul. As a representative of such an advanced people, what made you?
You mean like God?
No, a much simpler question. I mean, you're essentially a bag of meat, right?
I'd like to think so, yeah.
What forms you? How do you grow? How are you what you are here today? Where did all this come from?
That's a good question. I mean, we procreate and we eat. We have to eat and drink.
Okay.
And what we eat is also from procreation or plants and seeds.
Yeah, but where does it all come from? How can more and more stuff, animals, you, plants, how can more and more of it be created? From what?
Ultimately. Well, I guess ultimately the ground, right? Food and water. So we all come from food and water?
The ground?
Yeah.
No. Above. You come from above.
So like God.
No, that's not what I'm saying right now.
Okay. So from stardust, right? Aren't we all made from stardust? Is that what you mean?
Well, sure, everything in the universe is made of stardust, but you don't see yourself here, Paul, today, as having been made by a star.
Right. No, I don't.
Okay, so you, people, animals, plants, you're all carbon based life forms, right? So you are mostly made of carbon. I mean, in terms of physical mass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That sounds right.
Okay, take a plant. Where does a plant get its carbon from?
The ground. No?
Above. The atmosphere.
Oh, carbon dioxide, right.
Yeah, so you have CO2, which is a carbon atom bonded to two oxygen atoms.
Right.
So to be simple, a plant essentially breathes in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, right?
Okay.
And that carbon dioxide comes from above.
Right. And it doesn't get any carbon from the ground.
It does not.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I wasn't entirely sure, yeah.
Now, plants also need water, right? In fact, life is mostly water. Where does the water come from that the plants need?
The ground.
Not really, no. Yes, it is on the ground, right? Oceans can't feed people and plants directly. The ocean water evaporates and forms clouds above. Those clouds rain water down on the land. The soil essentially acts like a sponge, right? A substrate to hold water for plants to then later drink through their roots.
Right, but there's also groundwater.
But that got there via above at some point, right? Clouds to mountains, ice, whatever.
Okay, yeah, right.
So we have carbon dioxide and water. That is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, all from above.
Okay.
Now the plant uses a process called photosynthesis using this raw material from above. And do you know what powers photosynthesis? It's not a trick question.
The sun.
Right. The light from the sun. That light comes from above.
Everything comes from above so far. I've never thought about it that way. I think most people think plants come from the ground. So plants don't get anything from the ground?
Life gets some trace nutrients from the ground, yeah. But again, the soil, the ground, is acting more of a convenience than a critical component. Trace elements like nitrogen, for example, but those are ultimately sourced from above. And this is not new knowledge here. I mean, just look at your Hordekai scrolls, right? I mean, those are really, really good as far as scrolls go.
Scrolls, like the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Well, I found those to be a bit derivative, but yeah, scrolls.
So, okay. And so we're the same? We come from above?
Yes. So if you go outside and look up, you are looking at where you came from. You're looking at stars through the atmosphere. That's you.
That seems so strange. We're made from the atmosphere, from the above.
Well, from the advantage of dirtlings,
Earthlings.
everything is from above, right? The entire planet is from somewhere else. You could even say that the soil and rock itself is from above. But life is certainly entirely from above as an expression. But who really understands that?
Yeah, it's not thought of like that. Life. It just kind of comes out of this confusing mess that itself is bound to the earth, and we just forget.
Right. Such a simple fact that you come from above, and nobody appreciates it.
So why aren't we blue then, like the sky? Avatar! I mean, not really, right? Is the sky blue?
The sky is clear. If you were to go up in a balloon over your Ohio to the shore of the infinite and look downwards towards Earth, would Ohio look blue?
In 2016 it didn't.
And you're looking at the same sky.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it looks blue when looking up from the Earth.
Right. And sky is mainly defined as being viewed from the surface of a planet. Not many people realize that caveat, but now if I go out at midnight and look up, will it be blue?
Right. Okay. So, but during the day, right? Why is the sky blue?
So your sun gives off a white light, and white light is comprised of all colors of light. Your atmosphere is full of gases and particulates, which scatters the light given off by the sun. The blue wavelength of light is a particularly short wavelength, and shorter wavelengths are more easily scattered. And your eye picks up the light that is scattered.
Right. So why is the sky blue?
Who's editing this?
Okay, I see. That's actually a really great explanation of why the sky's blue.